Alright, welcome back everyone. We're going to talk about the Daiwa Exceller LT. I've been fishing this reel for several months. It's a $100 reel. Really like it. It's made it into my rotation. I'll tell you about it now. Welcome back. So we're going to talk about the Daiwa Exceller LT. This is a spinning reel, and I did a video on this when I first got the reel, just kind of my first impressions. I was just kind of spinning it and first time ever touching it. That video has around 10,000 views, and I realized I never did a follow-up. That was just kind of my first impressions, but obviously people were interested in the reel. People were obviously interested in the price, 100 bucks, but I wanted to give some honest feedback after fishing it. You know, it's in my rotation. I got Berkeley power switch on it there right now. I've had it on different rods, and it's really impressive that this reel is $100. So that's one thing I really liked about it. Now, obviously you can spend as much as you want on reels. There's some really good reels out there. I got reels that are 500 bucks. I got reels that are $100 like this. And one thing I've noticed over the years is the reels that are kind of that $100 price point have become so much better than they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You're getting a lot more technology built into the reel. That's something that Daiwa, Shimano, all the different major companies do. Start with that bigger, more expensive reel, then that stuff trickles down. So that the things that are on there, and this may not mean anything to you, this may sound like technical jargon, but it's got a Zion body, which I remember that was kind of a big deal when they first came out with that, with the that Tatula LTs and some other ones, some higher end stuff. It's got an air rotor, just all these technical terms. Basically what you need to know about that is stuff that used to cost more money now is in a $100 reel. Now, a couple of other things I really liked about it is the drag. You know, you can see it's a smooth drag, just pulling on that right there. That line's kind of tangled up there just a little bit. But you can see it's a nice smooth drag. I'll loosen it up a little bit. You can see how smooth that is. I mean, it's not quite as smooth as if you were getting like an Exist, which is, you know, 700 bucks, or, you know, like the Shimano Sustains that I have. It's not the same level, honestly, but you're paying a fraction of the price. You're talking about a fourth of the price or a seventh of the price. So it really is kind of, you get what you pay for, but it's still a quality drag. Like you heard right there, it's not slipping very much. It's really quality, and that's something that's important when you're fighting fish. That's the biggest thing that I always look for in a spinning reel is the drag, because no matter how you cast, it's pretty simple. You flip it over the bail and cast. You can't really make a spinning reel cast that much farther, really. I mean, you could affect things with the rod, obviously, the length, the line size, the lure weight, things like that will get the bait to cast further, but it's not like a bait cast reel where a better reel is just going to cast farther just because it's a better reel. It's not quite the same with spinning. So that's why the drag is so important. So again, the drag is a good drag. It's not the best drag I've ever used, but for 100 bucks, you can't really complain about that. That's a really good quality drag for the price, and I can't say that enough. With Daiwa and all the different brands, all the $100-ish reels are really good. So a few of the things I've noticed, I mean, it's not the lightest reel. You know, this is a 3,000, it's about 6 ounces or so. So there's definitely reels that are lighter, but it's not crazy heavy. You know, a lot of the reels that I used to use, you know, like the old Stratix, things like that, those things were bricks. So they're definitely a lot lighter with that Zion body. You know, so it's lighter than they used to be, but it's not the lightest reel out there. But you balance it out with a good rod, and it balances just fine like that. This is a 7'2" medium, kind of an all-around spinning rod, a Phoenix. Balances just fine. The other thing is it's not a very fast reel. That's not kind of a trend that you're seeing lately with like the Abu Garcia, Rebo Rocket, things like that. This is kind of your standard spinning reel gear ratio, which is like the 5.2-ish, 5.6, somewhere in that range. So again, it's not going to be a speedy reel. So that's just kind of the norm with a lot of spinning reels. So it doesn't have a faster retrieve. It's a tad heavier than some of my reels, but again, I cannot stress the fact enough, it's a $100 reel. So it's done well for me. It's good enough where I have it in my boat at all times. And the other reels in my arsenal, just to give you an idea, I have several Vanfords, I have the Shimano Sustain, I have really good quality reels that cost, again, a couple times as much as this one, and this one is still in my lineup. So I really have been impressed with it. It does the job. Again, you can't beat the price. Looks solid, smooth. The other thing too with reels, you always got to do, you got the drag, and then you also want to look at how smooth they are. It's a good solid reel. You know, it's a good quality reel for 100 bucks. Can't beat it. Been really impressed with it. I really like Daiwa's spinning reels, all the ones that I've ever had. I've had several different ones, and they've always done well for me. I really like the Shimano spinning reels and the Daiwa spinning reels. They're both awesome. But if you're looking for a reel for about 100 bucks, might be it. I mean, it's a really good quality one. Can't say enough good things about it. Really glad that I decided to get one of these things. It's done well for me. It's got a nice paddle handle right there. It's just done well. I mean, there's a couple minor things, like I said, with the weight and the gear ratio, but other than that, it's been an awesome reel. It's caught quite a few fish for me. I've used it for a bunch of different finesse techniques. Got some good line on there, a good rod, and it's part of my arsenal. So really enjoying this reel. Just wanted to give you a follow-up on that. I'm gonna try to do more videos like this with kind of that mid-range price instead of only focusing on the high-end stuff, because there's some really good stuff out there, and this is one of them, the Daiwa Exceller LT, the new version. Thanks for watching.